Chase saw that Celia was very worried. Even though he was very nervous, he still tried to comfort her. "It's fine, baby girl. I know what happened and I'll make it right. I'll be fine." His eyes narrowed and finally landed on Chad. In that instant, it felt like a punch landed in his stomach. Chad shuddered at the look. He hadn't expected Chase to look so angry. But it was useless. Chad was controlling the situation. Why should he be afraid of the man he defeated? The police took him away and Celia began to cry her eyes out. "This can't be right. If Chase goes to jail, I don't think I'll be able to live." Chad felt uncomfortable, but he patted her back and comforted her. "Don't worry, Celia. I'll do my best to help him. He's my brother now. I won't let anything bad happen to him." "Okay." She nodded and thanked him profusely. At the same time, in Chuck's villa, he was discussing the future of the business with his men and planning to tie up some loose ends. At this moment, the door suddenly flew open. Lucas rushed in with a flustered expression. Chuck was a little annoyed. He looked at the man and asked, "What's the matter?" Lucas didn't even have time to take a breath before he shouted, "Sir, it's bad. Mr. Rothman has been arrested." "What?" Chuck jumped out of the table, his eyes wide. "Why?" "They're saying Mr. Rothman assaulted a woman," he explained. "It was a hoodlum named Jamie Sully who set him up." "Where did that come from? If someone's trying to set up my client, then there has to be a reason." Furious, Chuck got up and headed for the door. "Come with me." The men moved out, 7 to 8 people following their commander. 10 minutes later, in Tim's office at the Century Group building, he was drinking tea after a long evening of work. At that moment, the door to his office opened and Chuck stormed in. Tim slipped his tea and looked at the man indifferently. "Evening, Mr. Stevens. It's late. Why are you dropping by?" "Sir, Mr. Rothman had been arrested." Tim slammed his teacup on the desk and stood up abruptly. "Who did it?" "The officer in charge was Captain Edgar Hayes," Chuck said. Bang! Tim shoved the cup off the table where it shattered off the floor. At this moment, his assistant Kyle pushed open the office door and hurriedly told him, "Sir, Officer Hayes is saying Mr. Rothman molested a woman at the club. This sounds like a setup." "Interesting." Tim squinted his eyes. "Somebody has it out for the Rothmans." The atmosphere in the office became cold. Kyle looked down, not daring to meet his boss's gaze. Chuck was also frightened, and he didn't dare to say anything. At this moment, Tim's entire body was burning with rage. One fit to consume all Laudervale. Get Chase released. And then let's find out who's behind this. Kyle nodded. "Shall we call Commissioner Nix?" "Yes. And we may have to go higher." After hearing that, he turned around and walked towards the back of the building. A wall opened and Tim led the assistant into a secret room. Thousands of miles away on the coast of Georgia, 2 men in military uniforms sat opposite each other playing chess. The one on the left had graying hair, but his waist was perfectly thin. His epaulets had 3 stars on them, a lieutenant general. As for the person in front of him, he was a bit younger, but he also had an imposing air. Around them, soldiers in military uniforms patrolled every corner of the villa. As the chess game progressed, a young soldier walked up to the old general and whispered into his ear. "General Long, Mr. Sanders called. He said that a member of the Rothman family had been arrested. Commissioner Louis Nix commands the police department in his city." Bang! The solid wooden chess piece in the old man's hand smashed against the board. He narrowed his eyes and looked at the younger man before him. "General Adams, what has your subordinate done?" "Oh!" The old man slapped the chessboard, causing the pieces to jump and fall over. The eldest son of the richest family in the world arrested? It had to be a setup. A Rothman would never flout his public image and to be a societal disgrace. The younger man, two-star General Isaac Adams, was terrified. When the man in question, Louis Nix, was serving the army, he was Adams' subordinate. But he had been out for years. What did this have to do with the generals now? Cold sweat dripped from Adams' temples as his hands trembled. He quickly nodded an apology to the older man. "I'm sorry, General. I need to get to the bottom of this right now." The old man let out a muffled snort and began to reset the board. In Lauderdale, at the police station, Captain Edgar Hayes frowned as he looked at Chad, who was smirking. "Mr. Manson, there's no need to play any games here. Just tell me what you have to say." Chad rubbed his hands and smiled. "Captain Hayes, I just want to know, how are you going to deal with him?" "I'll do whatever I need to. We'll do everything by the book. What's your interest in this?" Chad laughed. "Of course, Captain. You're being impartial, we all know that. I just hope you can take it seriously." Edgar was wondering what he was getting at. "Like I said, my department follows the rules. I will handle it the same way I handle any other case." Chad smiled. "Captain Hayes, I know how important policies and procedures is to you. I just want to make sure justice is properly carried out. Now, in order to express my gratitude, I bought a BMW for your wife. You should call her and ask about it." Hearing this, Edgar frowned. Was this man trying to bribe him? Chad laughed in his heart. Everything was going according to plan.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.